My friends, I think it is only fair, I think it is only tradition on this channel for me to take the year's favorite brand and give you a final ranking of how I feel about all their products at the end of the year. And you know I called Isntree my favorite brand for 2023, so let's do that in today's video. We are going to be covering 22 products from Isntree in today's video. As always, timestamps and links are in the description box below. I want to tell you a few things before we get into today's video. So first of all, I'm not going to rank all 22. I'm going to put them into different categories, and I'll explain the category once we're there. But roughly, we're going to be starting with my so-called worsts and working our way up from there. Today's video also includes some products that Yesstyle kindly sent over, and they will be sending 2 of these gift sets to you, my subscribers. So stay tuned if you want to know how you can enter what's our secret word for this? An away give? Alright, it works. If you would like to get a discount on the Yesstyle website, you can use whatever coupon code they have going on and combine that with my affiliate rewards code if you would like an additional discount. And one more thing, today's video is of course only my opinions, heavily influenced, no doubt, by my skin type, which is dry and acne prone. We always have our own opinions and experiences with skincare products, which is why I invite you to share your thoughts in the comment section below, whether you agree or disagree with me. And in case you all don't know this, Isntree is a K-beauty skincare brand, a Korean skincare brand, and again, the brand I called my favorite brand. And let me tell you, figuring out where these products sit in my mind, my favorites, my least favorites, I feel like that just confirmed it for me. There was a little bit of a rough release this summer for me personally, but they hold the spot of my favorite skincare brand. So let's get into ranking. First of all, I want to tell you there are a few products that I'm removing from the ranking system. The sunscreens that they released this summer were made with old school filters. Both their hyaluronic acid sun gel, SPF 30, as well as the purple protector, SPF 40. And I made a video about these, but it wasn't really fair. I can't review these because unfortunately my skin reacts to some of these Western filters, UVA filters specifically. I do not fault Isntree for going in this direction because I think sometimes people forget that there's a reason we can't walk into Ulta and Sephora and buy a Korean sunscreen, and it is our government regulations. So I don't fault Isntree at all for this. In fact, I understand why they came out with these, so they can sell them in US stores. Unfortunately, I just can't use them, and even if I could, I do prefer the newer filters. So really, what needs to change here is our outdated regulations in the US. It's a problem. But the other product I really feel I can't review is one from the Yesstyle set. They did send me the Hyperretinol EX 1.0 serum, and I'm very intrigued by this product. I love a lot of things about it, like the disclosure of exactly how much retinol is in this product. You know I love that, but I don't feel like I can review this because I do use a much stronger retinoid. So I don't know if I'll ever be able to say what results I saw from a 0.1% retinol product. All that said, I do intend to use this because the peptide and ceramide ingredients alone are amazing. And I think that's a non-irritating level. Plus, I've talked before about how I do like bakuchiol. I just like it with a retinoid. Let's move into the category that I am calling products. Just I don't hate anything from Isntree, but these are just kind of, they're Again, if you disagree with me on either of these, feel free to comment your experience. But first up for me is going to be the Yamroot Milk Tone Up Sun Cream, SPF 50+, PA4+. Listen, I actually do like this. However, this was in that grouping of 3 sunscreens that released over the summer. It's a mineral sunscreen, except it's kind of more of a foundation. And they acknowledge that right here on the packaging. It says Foundation Effect. The problem is, it comes in one shade. And given that this was supposed to be a release that was kind of designed for the US market, we are not all this shade. My Christmas potato is not able to wear this foundation, and he's sad about it. So I actually do like this for me personally, but as a US release, I just feel like it's limited. I feel like they could have done something more similar to what Tower 28 did with their tinted sunscreen. And the product I'm most scared to put in this category, because I think some people actually really like this one, is the green tea fresh toner. Listen, again, if you disagree, it's okay. Because, first of all, I think this might be more for oily skin types, and I do have dry skin. You know, the goal with green tea is that it's an ingredient that balances sebum production. It's always so funny to hear oily skin people talk about how their foundation starts to look shiny at the end of the day. Cannot relate. Cannot relate for me. It's more of, oh, I hope my foundation doesn't flake at the end of the day. You know what's funny though? While I was making the ingredients list for these products, I was so surprised at how much else is listed in here. I really thought that this was just green tea and water. But no, it has some brightening ingredients, some calming ingredients, and yet I feel like when I use this, I confess to you, it feels like one of those products where I'm tempted to say, it does nothing. You all know I don't like saying that phrasing because I don't think it's true. I think every product does something. It's just a question of, does it do what you individually need it to do? As a dry skin type, I need hydration. As somebody with acne, I need calming. And I just don't get that from this product. But it might balance sebum production for people with oily skin, and they might really see results from this. I guess those other ingredients are kind of lower on the ingredients list, but I don't like to say that means there's not much in this product. It's too hard to say unless a company actually does disclose percentages, which they're not, but that's okay. They don't have to. I do have one for you. I have one for you. What is a skincare enthusiast's favorite dog? A lab retriever. Release the tension because we are now moving into the good category. However, these are just good to me personally. I don't think these are a perfect match for what I'm looking for, and yet I still do appreciate these. First up here, and this one is almost funny because I know some people love this one, but the hyaluronic acid watery sun gel, SPF 50+, PA4+, I see the appeal with this. There's even times where I do like this. It's just not my absolute favorite sunscreen simply because it is so glowy. And I know 2023 has been the year of glowy skin, but you see my skincare routine, because it is a routine based around my dry skin type, I'm already adding so many humectants, so many products that increase the shine factor in my skin. By the time we get to sunscreen, I typically kind of need to turn the shine down a bit. It's a very tough call from sunscreens because they all seem to be a little shiny, but if you have been craving even more shine, I think you could love this one. And it's also funny to put this in the good category because if you took this and compared this to any US chemical sunscreen, I still like this one more than all of them. But again, that's because of these newer filters just being overall better. So you see how this good category is still, it's good. It's a good product. And I feel like this might have been one of my biggest surprises, but the onion, no, maybe it shouldn't be. I love the whole Onion New Pair line. I think it is excellent. And so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised that I really did enjoy the Onion New Pair Cleansing Foam. I shouldn't. I have dry skin. I don't use a lot of foaming cleansers. If I use them too often, it will start to dry my skin out. But I still enjoy using this. There's something about the texture in this product where it feels almost bouncy. Can a cleanser be bouncy? It feels like a contradiction, and yet there's something so fun about using this. It's very foamy. It definitely is a deep cleanser, but it's not too harsh on my skin, especially when I do use just a tiny amount and foam it up off of my hands. As I've talked about many times now, that's what I do with cleansers, especially foaming cleansers. Again, I think the most important part of cleansers is cleansing your skin, so I don't focus too much on the onion ingredients or whatever ingredients in addition they have going on in a cleanser product. I do focus on how it feels, and overall, while this is too much for me every day, I like it. And you see, because this is my favorite brand, it did not take us long at all to get into the category that I am calling excellent options. And what I mean by that is, while you could choose all kinds of moisturizers, serums, etc., I think that these are very solid choices. I am not at all disappointed in these. Will I stick with them for life? Probably not. You know, I try skincare products. It's kind of my hobby. So no, I won't stick with these forever, but I do think they are very well made, very thoughtful products. And as examples, I actually want to start with two that I no longer have, but I loved. First of all, the mugwort cream. I have gone through 2 full-size tubes of this. I don't have it right now because, again, I don't necessarily need it, but every time I've owned this, it has actually been kind of hard for me to use the other moisturizers in my collection. It's just a really good match for my skin type. It is definitely more of a cream product, but not too heavy, not too light. No niacinamide. You're going to notice a lot of products from this brand do contain that ingredient, so if you're sensitive to that, this might be a great option for you. And I also do quite well with the Artemisia ingredient, so it makes sense that I've enjoyed this. If I see it at a great price, again, I will probably pick up another. And of course, also the onion toner. I actually moved this down from my top category to here because I realized, well, if I'm saying these are products you don't necessarily need to own, but they're good options, that is exactly what I'm doing with this product, as I didn't repurchase it, but I was thinking about something with this one. Somehow I missed that Isntree not only released the pads, the Onion Noupair toning pads, which I've been tempted by, although I do my own toner pad system, so I probably won't buy that, but they also released an ampoule. And the reason I love this collection so much is that I think onion in skincare really is an underrated ingredient. While we do need a bit more research into this, in my opinion, it does seem that it's an ingredient that is anti-inflammatory, helps with gently brightening your skin, and does not have a smell. So I think I'm gonna pick that up, and that might end up becoming my favorite product from the Onion Noupair line. It remains to be seen. And how about we talk about the Onion Noupair gel cream while we're here talking about this onion ingredient. This is my second tube of this, finished off a full size. And again, it's surprising because gel cream, that's typically not my favorite category as a person with dry skin. But it feels like Isntree got this right. It actually does feel moisturizing and hydrating. They say it's made to help with blemish-prone skin, to boost your skin barrier, and I feel like it does. It's, again, so surprising that a product that feels more like it's made for normal skin types would still work out so well on somebody with dry skin. But I think it's these other elements. Blemish care, barrier support, I think these other elements are important to me, and that's what makes this a product that I enjoy so much. And how about, since we just talked about mugwort, let's also talk about the Mugwort Calming Clay Mask. This was in the set from Yesstyle. I have never bought this because I'm always hesitant on clay masks. A lot of them feel really drying on my skin type. This one doesn't. They say that it is designed for sebum control, but it's also using Artemisia, another ingredient that works really well for my acne-prone skin. So again, you have another formula here where it might be really great for oily skin types, but if you are, say, I don't know, acne-prone with dry skin as well, you still might like this because it's not too drying for our skin types. And by the way, this one smells so good. If you like herbal smells, you really smell the Artemisia in here. It's not essential oils or fragrance. It just smells really good to me. I'm somebody who likes the smell of health food stores, though. It's calming. And in spite of all the clays used in this formula, I suspect that using the panthenol ingredient and other humectants is a smart idea to make this not too drying. It does have some exfoliating properties to it, but it's overall very gentle. categorize this as another one that really surprised me. I did not expect to like this, and yet I very much do. How about we talk about some of the newer releases? So they came out with this ultra-low molecular hyaluronic acid line this year, and I bought it even though I did know that it was kind of more for oily skin types. And again, I really like it. The toner in particular, I think this has really been a favorite for a lot of oily skin type people, and I see why. It does not have that sticky, tacky sensation that some hyaluronic acid products do. It's just a very elegant, lightweight formula that deeply hydrates your skin with multiple different forms of hyaluronic acid. Also, can we just comment on how cute the design is? And I really like this because it works so well in your DIY mask system. It is a 10 fluid ounce bottle. It's huge. It doesn't look that big, but it's huge. So I've been able to make a ton of masks with this, and you see I haven't even used too much of this product. I like the serum from this line as well, although I don't use it quite as much as the toner myself. But again, this one too doesn't have your sticky sensation. It just sinks right into your skin with no tackiness. These are completely unscented, no smell. I feel like you get a soft plumping effect from this, which, by the way, my prediction for 2024, I think plumping skincare products are going to be big. I'm not including all of the hyaluronic acid toners and serums from Isntree in this video because I finished those products a long time ago, and frankly, I do think this new collection, in my mind, replaces those. It's just more cosmetically elegant overall, but I do still have the hyaluronic acid moist cream, and you know, this is one where I pulled this out for this video and I found myself going, why haven't I been using this more? This is a great winter moisturizer. It is definitely more of a thick product, which is something that, again, as a dry skin type, you are talking my love language. And for as much as this is an excellent product, I will tell you there is an even better moisturizer for our skin type in this video in the very top category. So I like this huge tube. Will finish this, but it remains in excellent options. However, I have to admit, this is a product that I have been sleeping on, no pun intended, the hyaluronic acid water sleeping mask. It's in this category that I doubted for way too long. I was over here missing out. And frankly, it was the Abib sleeping mask that made me realize I need to explore this category more. This might even be better than Abib's. I was looking at the ingredients list, just feeling shocked at how much is going on in this product. This is a wonderful, occlusive sleeping mask where you are getting such intense nourishment every time you use this product. I've talked about this before, but I almost feel that these products that call themselves hyaluronic acid products, sometimes I tend to overlook these because I may have seen that ingredient a few times, I'm just saying. But really, when you look at this formula, look how high up beta-glucan is. If you are a beta-glucan fan, I think you will really feel it in this formula, in addition to the panthenol, the allantoin. It really is a product that is so much more than just hyaluronic acid. Yeah, I'm gonna continue to use this. We'll see if this actually ends up moving out of excellent options and does become one of my true favorites. And speaking of sleeper products, I've got one for you in the TW Rill Bifida Ampoule. I have had so many people ask me questions about this one for so long, especially because I can never stop raving about how much I love the Manyo Bifida Ampoule. I always kind of felt like, well, this is okay. I just prefer the Manyo. It feels a little bit more condensed in what it does, has a bit more going on in it. However, I challenged myself. I switched over to this product more recently, and I have to say, I think the problem here is, remember when I made that discovery that Bifida in the primary research, it actually only showed results in about 2 months of use? I think that's what I was missing in my experience with this before. I think I didn't give it enough time to truly appreciate it. Every ingredient has a time frame in which it works. It's the same reason I'm saying I can't review the retinol product. is the reason why I neglected to realize this is a good product. If you do want to know more about Bifida, I talk a lot about it in my Manyo review, which I will link for you, but ultimately I do think this is an alternative to that product. Just keep in mind it may take a few months to really see that skin strengthening effect from Bifida Ferment Lysate, but if you want to try it and not spend as much money as the Manyo product costs, this is a good option. And then the Chestnut AHA 8% Clear Essence. Now, I don't use AHA ingredients too often. I have to be really cautious in spacing them out in my routine, but I have to admit, this is an excellent option for AHA ingredients. We don't see these higher percentages of AHAs too often. This product uses 4% glycolic acid, 4% lactic acid to target different levels of your skin for exfoliating. Now, I will say, for me personally, this one does have a little bit of a tacky sensation, which overall, I haven't said much throughout this video. Most of these products are quite cosmetically elegant. This is a little tacky. And yet, it's such a rare category, especially in K-beauty, and I do appreciate it. I appreciate the upgrades too. This used to be a product that did contain fragrance. You may have noticed Isntree has gone much more in the fragrance-free direction more recently, and I think that's smart. It does reduce risk. Some people can't use fragrance. When you go fragrance-free, more people can use your products. Have any of you noticed that up until this point in the video, we've overall had a distinct lack of the Yamroot collection? That was a newer collection that Isntree released that is targeted more towards dry skin types. So, needless to say, it's kind of going to be more towards the top for this dry skin type over here. And thus my final product in the excellent options category is the Yamroot Milk Toner. Yamroot Vegan Milk Toner. This is such an interesting product. It is a creamier toner, more of a milky toner, but it's a little bit more lightweight. I would say this is more for those of you who don't quite want to commit to the level of the Laneige toner, the Dr. Surical toner. You know, again, when we talk about these milky toners, they all have some moisturizing properties to them and some hydrating properties. This one is more in the hydrating properties category than in the moisturizing, which makes it interesting. It makes it more of a toner where I actually can use it in the toning step. In general, this category is something that I prefer to use after my serums. So it's overall a more lightweight option, but you still see our panthenol, you still see those oil ingredients, those emollient ingredients in this formula. Which is why for me, it sits in the excellent options category, because while I do prefer a little bit more moisturizing effects, I think that this might be what some people are looking for. The time has come for our final category. In this video, I am calling this my true standout products. These are the products that I think are so unique, they are so different, they are so well made. Now, I'm only putting a few products into this category because frankly, it would just be utter nonsense if I used my channel to say, you know, every product I ever try is the best thing ever. I don't think anyone wants to see that. I don't think that's anyone's true experience with skincare, but I have a total of 5 products here, and it is reasons like this that is why Isntree is my favorite brand of 2023. So let's start with a product where I pulled this out and I found myself being mad at myself within a matter of days. Why have I not been using this product more? Talk about a different product, especially in K-beauty. It is the Yamroot Vegan Milk Cream. What have I been doing? This is such a hefty, occlusive, deeply nourishing moisturizer. It is so perfect for this colder weather we're having. And yet it's so beautiful. It sinks into your skin so nicely. A level up from the hyaluronic acid moist cream I talked about earlier. It is just so well made. You see your emollient oils in this ingredients list, in addition to 5 different types of ceramides. Do you realize this would be a product that in Sephora would easily be $60? 2.7 fluid ounces. I kid you not. I'm so glad I sat down to try some more of these products because I've owned this for a while now. What was I doing? Why have I not been using this? It's so funny. For those of us that are enthusiasts, we're always looking at the products we haven't yet tried. Sometimes I think the issue is we have to go back and revisit products that we did try in the past. I tried this in the summer. I was not ready for it in the summer. Had I realized this might have actually been on my favorite moisturizers list for 2023, but I'm only now rediscovering it, so now I shall place it in the standout products from Isntree. And here's another bit of a funny story. So the green tea fresh cleanser, this was also in the gift set from Yesstyle. I've always liked this cleanser, but in order to do this video, to re-review 22 products, I admit to you, I had to go to my partner and say, hey, can you help me with this project? Can you try some of these? Because I think I know how I feel about these, but I don't know if I have enough time to fully re-rank all of these. This is one of the products that she grabbed to try, and I don't know if I've talked about this much on this channel, but I'm a skincare enthusiast, and my partner only uses cleanser, moisturizer, and sunscreen. And worst of all, it's my fault. She used to use serums, and then one day I told her, I said, serums are an optional step. And she said, wait, really? I think I'm gonna not use them then. And then she just quit using serums. It's true though, what am I supposed to do? It is true, it's optional. Cleanser, moisturizer, sunscreen, that's all you need. And so that's all she decided to use. Unbelievable. I have all these serums over here. Coming back to my story. So she tried this product and she said, I'm stealing that from you. So then I had to steal it back and I was using it going, oh, this actually is really a phenomenal cleanser. It's got your fun element to it. You can see the green tea in this product. It is remarkably not stripping. This is truly a cleanser where I think every skin type would enjoy this. But it still does foam up, which a lot of people struggle with using cleansers that are completely non-foaming. So fun, non-stripping, cleanses skin thoroughly. It checks every box for what you need in a cleanser. Yeah, I mean, fun is optional, but it's nice to have. Oh, and then Ara said the best thing of all, because I've been making her try all these moisturizers, she went, oh, this is a really nice brand, isn't it? Why, yes. Yes, it is. And my final 3 products for this video are all best in category for me. One of my absolute favorite cleansers I have ever tried in my life is, of course, the Yam Root Cleanser. This is exactly what my dry skin needs. Now, I know that not everybody will like this. This is a completely non-foaming cleanser, which can be very jarring to switch to a non-foaming cleanser. I think we're just so used to foaming. Brands actually add extra foaming into products so that we feel products cleanse our skin more, and yet you really can cleanse your skin without any foam at all. And you will probably, if you have dry skin, find that to be much more optimal for you. This is perfect for me. It was so different the first time I ever used this because it actually feels like washing your face with moisturizer. If you apply this to dry skin, it kind of starts sinking in, so I actually, for once, prefer to apply this to damp skin. Such a non-irritating cleanser, almost does feel like it moisturizes my skin while I'm cleansing. It's unheard of. Perfect for me. You may not like this at all if you have oily skin, but does it stand out? Absolutely, absolutely. Best in category, my favorite BHA toner. It is the Chestnut BHA 2% Clear Liquid. What's funny about this product is that it does contain 2% salicylic acid. And we have some other 2% salicylic acid toners on the market, especially from Western brands. But what's different about this is that it is actually using a bit of a higher pH. At least for me, last time I tested this, it had a pH of around 3.5 to 4. But see, newer research on salicylic acid in particular suggests that it is not pH dependent in the way that AHAs are. Granted, salicylic acid, you could call it an AHA. We don't have time for that today. But what this means for me is that as somebody with a bit more sensitivity, I do prefer to not, use low pH products. They can really disrupt my barrier. And yet I feel I do see the same reduction in acne from using this product as I do from our Western 2% salicylic acid products that are at a bit of a lower pH. This one is watery, so it is one of few toners where I do prefer to apply it onto a cotton pad and then spread that across my skin. It is very watery, too hard to pour into the palms of your hands. But truly an incredible product, very short ingredients list. I was noticing that in making the ingredients for this video. And my final product for this video, my absolute favorite, Sunstick. It's so funny, a lot of the other sunscreens ranked lower because I said things like, oh, there was a little bit too much shine. But I feel like it might be that exact property that is making this my favorite Sunstick. As somebody with dry skin, I do not like the Sunsticks that tug. Oh, I do not like that. And I need them to glide really well because I do wear makeup, so I often apply my Sunsticks on top of makeup. But this Sunstick in particular, because it glides so nicely, it is easy to apply this. Whereas sometimes I struggle with other Sunsticks. So yeah, it's almost funny to think the properties that kept their other sunscreen lower on my list might be why this one is ranked so high on my list. We did it, friends. We ranked over 20 Isntree products in today's video, and to close out this video, if you would like to receive your own Isntree gift set, let me tell you how you can enter. This is open internationally, and all you have to do is be a subscriber of this channel and comment your favorite Isntree product. And if you haven't tried anything from this brand, comment the product that you would be most interested in trying. Also, make sure to comment a way that I can get in touch with you. I recommend your Instagram handle. And there will be 2 of you that will receive this. The entry period closes this Friday. So a big thank you to Yesstyle for sending over this gift set and then sending it to 2 of you. It is much appreciated. And that's it for today's video. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will see you all next time.